Large crowds of youths can appear intimidating even if they don't mean to be. So it's down to the neighbourhood teams to ensure that the youngsters in their area can still have a good time without appearing like hooligans to everyone else.
During light evenings, the coastal city of Sunderland is a magnet for young people. The police keep a close eye on them, as they know bored youngsters can easily get themselves into trouble.
Language. If you don't want us to search us all and take all your drink off you, I suggest you haven't got any drink. Right, come here then. I just don't want you drinking there, that's all.
Handing out the timely advice tonight is PC Chris Pennock, who's on patrol with PCSO's Deborah Chater and Chris Lawrence.
What are you up to?
What's going on?
Stay out of bother her.
Right.
Recently, groups of youths have been causing problems on the metro system, making life hell for hundreds of commuters. Now the team are called to a fight at one of the stations.
Yeah, at the minute we're just going down to Millfield Metro Station. Got reports of youths fighting. They said there's a group of around 20 there. We don't really know much else apart from that at the moment. So we're just going to go down and see what's happening.
When the police show up, kids can scatter fast, so PCSO Chris is dropped off early to cut off any escape route.
He's going to go over that side, just in case anybody runs across the lines to try and get away this way. So we're going to see if we can get some of them stopped to this side and take the details to see what's been happening.
True to form, when Chris jumps out, the kids scarper.
Why is everybody tatting off? What he's running for?
We got frightened.
Got frightened about what?
Police.
So what's been happening then? Why he's running away?
There was a
Fight?
yeah.
There's a fight. Who? With who?
Just two girls from...
Two girls. But if you haven't been doing anything, there's no point in running, is there?
No.
Because you just look guilty when you start running, don't you?
Although Chris has several kids stopped, it appears many more have scattered, including the fighting girls.
There's a lot of them got on the train. About 15 got on the train and left that lot there.
Well, the cameras have been watching you. There's about 20 on the platform. When there's about 20 kids on the platform, it can look quite intimidating for people that's using the metro, okay?
Things seem calm for now. Then a youth yells obscenities from the opposite platform.
Shut up!
What'd you just say there? What'd you just say there? What? What'd you just say there? What? Get what out?
The boy thinks he has got away with his rude comment, but Chris won't put up with it.
Him? Is it? We'll go and see him.
Unluckily for the lad, PCSO Chris knows where he lives.
All of yous move on, please. They've all been all right apart from him on the bike. You know where he lives, do you? I will go and have a word with his parents then. Basically, when we've attended, there's been a number of kids took off from us. A few have managed to stop, but obviously one that we know of very well is known to us, and he's decided to let his mouth go, shouting and swearing over the lines.
With fewer than 100 neighbourhood officers to cover the Sunderland area, the teams are constantly on the go. And before Chris can visit the boy's parents across the weir, there's another disturbance on the metro.
Yeah, these kids at the Stadium of Light metro station. It looks like they're actually at the back of Tesco's.
Once again, the team drop Chris off early, but as they head to the front of the station, they see an unbelievable sight.
She's just having a wee.
A young girl is urinating behind the bins.
Right, you get in the car.
Why?
Because you've just had a wee behind them bins. How old are you? 13. 13, get in the car now.
She isn't willing to hang around to deal with the consequences and escapes onto the metro. It seems the team just aren't fast enough tonight.
Yeah, the lad there, he's the cleaner in there. He just says about 8 youths just jump back on the metro going the other way to South Hilton. So they're just darting backwards and forwards, just causing mayhem, really. There's a young lass there, I think she was only about 13. She was urinating in the street up there. We've tried to stop her and she's just legged it.
I'm not sure, I'll have a look at the log.
Basically, it's like a game of cat and mouse with them, man. You know, they're just kids and they just want to chase.
It's frustrating for the neighbourhood team. In order to keep the peace in the city centre, it's important to make sure the kids start to act with some respect. Chris is determined to deal with the earlier issues at the station and goes back to speak to the parents of the boy who shouted abuse at him across the platform.
Afternoon, you alright?
At the lad's home, only his sister is in.
He's been letting his mouth go up the metro station. He's been with a load of kids, he's shouted over the lines, and he's just going to keep getting locked up if he doesn't start winding his neck in. So we need to have a sit down with either mum, dad or both. Alright, can you let them know? Lovely, thank you very much.
The neighbourhood teams are used to dealing with youths on the verge of going down the wrong path in life, and in many cases, an early intervention can steer them back onto the right track.
People shout and swear to us all the time. It's nothing, but 6 o'clock in the afternoon when you've got members of the public just waiting to go home after work, it's not on. And it's definitely not on from a 15-year-old.
For this troublesome kid, Chris hopes a strong word with his parents will be enough to change his disrespectful behaviour.